Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. We are back for some more F124 League Racing content. We're back in RRL, ready for the Hungarian Grand Prix, round number 7 of the championship. We've got 5 or 6 more races left to go in the season, and it's going to be a hectic last bit of the season, and unfortunately I will be missing the next race in Spa, so this weekend is really going to matter where we stand in the points system. But at the moment, we are sitting P3 in the standings, relatively ahead of lead the follower, and a couple other people as well. So yeah, this weekend's going to really matter a lot. And overall, this track is not really one of my best tracks at all. It's not. But I think if we kind of just stay patient, and I think we really got the pace to kind of be up there, I wouldn't say in the front, but relatively in the mix for a top 5, maybe even a podium. I guess that would matter today, but we'll just try to take it easy and see what happens. So, coming into this race weekend, I actually did not do any practice. I had no practice at all. I just really haven't had the time to practice, I guess you could say. So, it was a little bit difficult, but at the same time, really have just lost faith in playing in this game quite a lot. I mean, it's kind of clear that I really have just not been having a lot of fun playing this, but we try our best, and well, I still try to league race, and ultimately maybe that's why I'm a little bit off the pace in a couple of these episodes, but ultimately we'll just try the best. So ready for Q1. Well, it's only a short quality, so here we go for the first run. We changed the setup a little bit. Car felt actually really good in the setup. I never really had any complaints whatsoever, but a little bit of some understeer through a couple of corners for sure, and then some parts the car was alright. Through here, car felt okay. The back end kind of almost wanted to come out just a little bit, but not too crazy. And yeah, this middle sector right here, probably one of the better, I would say probably one of the strongest parts on the track, where I'm losing a lot of time, but everybody else is gaining a lot of time. That middle sector, though, the car is really hooked up quite a lot in that middle sector, except that fast speed section of the track. So here we go, come crash checker flag now. It's going to be P4, so it's a 115.1. And that is not terrible, but we're quite off the pace to a couple of the faster guys up front. So we're about a full second now off as AMS Brandon, aka Joseph Dunrod, that's the name that he goes by. He ultimately just wiped the floor on everybody, so we go out again for a second run. I usually don't do 3 runs in this quali, but I decided to just go out only because I really didn't have any practice. And we are getting quite a bit of time. Obviously, track evolution is a thing, so the track is evolving at pretty good speed. You can see some guys that actually have kind of went out there like business casual. He did, I believe, 2 runs. So this is our second run. We found 2 tenths, and that's actually going to put us P4. So yeah, 2 tenths actually found us P4, so that's not bad. We go for our final run now. Our teammate, actually, Veneris, or however you pronounce that, he's got some pretty good pace this weekend. Ultimately, I say me and him are relatively the same in pace. I think I just got like a couple tenths ahead of him. Ultimately, we know qualifying is not really my best friend. So honestly, if I don't get pole, I guess it really doesn't matter, I guess you could say. So 17 seconds left, and coming through the last couple of corners, well, the last corners of Sector 1 and starting Sector 2, we had the car just lost about a good couple of tenths there through here. Now through the middle sector, we take way too much curb. We've actually lost the car. Taking a lot of curb and actually offset the car, so that is going to be our qualifying over, and I mean we're not gaining any time after that, so it's going to be P6 on the grid. My master takes pole. I believe XPG and Brandon were just, I think they both just said they were going to start from the back. I don't know why, but they just said we're going to start in the back, so they're going to be relatively faster than everybody. But yeah, my master on pole, had a full sender ahead of Ben. Veneris got P4. He got a good 10th, found a good 10th. Lead the follower P5, and me P6, and Fifi is 7th. So relatively we're all close, and yes, we'll see what happens. So one stop, medium to the hard. I'm not going to start on the hards and go to the mediums. It's just not worth it. The strategy is, it's not worth it, I guess you could say. So yeah, pretty tight grid. I feel like it's going to be all about survival, I feel like, honestly, through turn 1, because someone's gonna do something stupid, and it's just gonna really throw everything off. So we go for the 5 red lights here. 35 laps around the Hungaroring. And lights out, and away we go for RRL round number 7, I believe. Not 6, round 7. I'm not sure. I lost track. So here we go, down into number 1. Everybody gets out the line quite well. Fifi the Duck actually had a really good start. We go down the inside on, I believe, Lead the Follower. We got a good jump on our teammate. Make a little bit of contact with Lead, just a little bit. And ultimately, that's not really going to help us if he's going to complain about that. And he actually loses the car a little bit in that part of the track. I don't know if him and Fifi made contact, but they definitely came close. Fifi now and Lead are side by side. We're going to try to go around Fifi. No, we don't. Stampso right behind us as well. And ultimately, we'll just let them go. And Stampso goes down the inside in the Sauber, but then he kind of, I don't know what happened to his line. I guess he really just kind of messed up in that second half. And ultimately lost a little bit of time, and he could not get that move done. Not really an overtaking opportunity, I guess you could say, through there, so he was kind of smart about it. But yeah, and that basically has settled lap 1. And now we just have to try to survive. An XPG Flame. Somehow this guy's he started dead last and he's all the way up to P6, so this guy's rapidly quick, and ultimately he is out of my league, I guess you could say. This dude's got a full second, 2 seconds faster than me, so we'll let him go. And he ultimately just cuts us off as per usual. He just doesn't know how to leave space sometimes, so thanks for that, I appreciate it. So we'll let him go, and he's going to chase after Lead the Follower. I'm not really going to try to stay with him because he's not really my race at the moment. I'm saying that personally because I'm not really going to fight this guy if he's just going to do this stuff. So he's trying to go around the outside. Lead the Follower, they make contact and actually still make contact. XPG actually makes a little bit of contact. We are on, I believe, 2 warnings already, and I believe that was actually for running wide in both those corners. So XPG now and Lead itself side by side for 3 wide now. We go down on the inside and we take way too much curb. That was absolutely stupid. I don't know what I was doing there. Cut the corner quite a bit, and we're still side by side. Now we're going to give XPG the outside. We got the inside line. We make a little bit wide, and ultimately we should possibly get ahead. And now XPG just absolutely nerfs us off track and has broken the front wing. So thank you for that, XPG. You are a legend for that. I greatly appreciate you doing that. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he just hit the curb, if he lost grip. I don't know, but I'm definitely not happy about that. And that's another 3-second time penalty coming my way. That was just kind of lost ahead, I guess you could say. So now we're just going to let these guys go because, well, I'm going to have to pit. So, I mean, we'll just let Stampso go. We'll probably let Veneris go, but I think we'll stay out for 1 more lap, just see how it is. But the wing is very bad, so our race has been ruined because some of these guys just clearly don't know what to do. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what happened. I have to see the replay. I don't know. I don't know if he just lost grip. Yeah, I'm just kind of a little bit frustrated with how this league has gone this season, and just with everybody, I guess you could say, because no one really knows how to, I guess you could say, race clean, and it's just really frustrating to deal with, so I'm not really happy about that. But into the pits we go. Yeah, we're gonna change the wing. We'll go to the hards, and we'll just go to the end of the race on the hards. It doesn't hurt. The tires are gonna die off at this. They're gonna die off pretty bad. I mean, if we're dead last and we got nothing to lose for, we'll just pit for the softs and go for like a fastest lap. So, I mean, again, points are kind of out the cards. You never could really doubt a safety car, so we'll have to wait for that. Stampso came in as well, and the CW. He's I don't know if he had front wing damage, but I know he was pretty. He had a good start. I don't know what happened to him, but he's all the way down to 14th now. So that's quite unfortunate for him. But we keep going on lap 13. Not lap 13. We are position 13. Lap 6. I always get mixed out with the counters. I guess you could say it messes me up. So yeah. Well, now it's just gonna try to put in some consistent lap times and just kind of wait for a safety car. Maybe even just see what we can do. I mean, ultimately, it's not really going to change much. I mean, it's just unfortunate that we get caught up in these situations, and it's just unfortunate that people just don't know how to drive. So Black Knight, who's actually making his debut, just absolutely binned it. I don't know what's going on with him. So hopefully he's got 6 seconds. We got 3 seconds. So yeah, track limits is, well, it's not great for me because clearly, it's weird because it seems like this league compared to LDR, I'm less calm in LDR, but in RRL I just drive like I drive like my seat depends, even though it doesn't. So maybe next race we'll take a different approach, which actually is Qatar coming up in the next round, so we'll talk about that kind of towards the end of the episode. But yeah, lap 12 now. Where's Tunip, who If you guys remember back in when we won in Japan, me and him made a little bit of contact, and unfortunately that happened. But yeah, so Veneris got ahead relatively. Just again, the pace was better. I kind of let him go, so I knew he was going to get that undercut jump, and ultimately I decided to let him go because I was just really frustrated. I was really thinking about retiring, but I was like, no, we'll just continue on and see what happens. So, but yeah, his pace. He's got pretty good pace. As I say that, he's actually gone off track. So I commentate a curse, but he goes off track, so we re-overtake him. And now worst tune-up is all over the back of us. He's got 9 seconds worth of time penalty, so clearly this man has abused quite a lot of track limits. And now a VSC has been deployed. I don't know what it's been deployed for, but now that relatively kind of screwed me over because now these guys are going to get a free stop and they're going to get ahead of us. So thanks for that. And now it's just basically it's a 3-car fight for the last the last points position, even though it doesn't really matter. I could say we could be P10 off track, but it would be possibly be 12 because our teammate is he's in 12th and he don't got any time penalties. So yeah, just clearly just driving. I'm just driving like clearly I don't know, just lost faith, I guess you could say, and it's unfortunate, but here comes Tune-Up. He's got the straight line speed, he's got the DRS, he's got the overtake, and he's gonna get right around us. We'll let him go. We're not gonna. There's no point of fighting this. Ultimately, there's just not a point. I mean, I don't really see it. I just want to kind of just catch up, see if we can maybe even get a little bit closer to business casual. But I mean, Tune-Up's pace, I don't know what it is. I think he is an assist runner, so I think ultimately I don't know what his pace is going to be. So yeah, we just wait and see. And he's keeping pace with business casual. I feel like if we're in the clean air, we maybe have an opportunity on business casual, but I doubt it. So I mean, he's having a fight with Brandon now, who's actually been having a little bit of a stinker today. XPG Flame is, I don't know if he's leading or I don't know what it is, but XPG, he's up there. He's just running his own race in the Haas. Obviously, the guy that took us out, coincidentally. And anyways, back to our battle. Where's Tune-Up? It's at P9. We go around the inside, and then Tune-Up fights us around the outside. So clearly he just wants to race this. So he's got the inside line, so we'll just let him go. And it seems like every time you just try to overtake somebody, everybody complains about it. So don't know how that makes sense. But speaking of that, lap 20, safety car's been deployed. I don't know what it was been deployed for. Yeah, the safety car's been deployed. I think Stampso might have retired from the race or something happened. So, well, that kind of put us right back into play. We did get 6 seconds worth of time penalties. We had another track limits violation that did not help us out quite a bit. As you can see, this video was very crappy edited. I apologize. I was sleeping while editing this, so it was a very exhausting day, I guess you could say that. But slow stop. And ultimately, Tune-Up got a much better start. We had a horrible stop, unfortunately. But yeah, lead the follower. He also came in as well, so I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he got front wing damage or something, but he's P12, so that doesn't help him out in a little bit. And now CW, he's back there as well. So here we go for the safety car restart. Anything can happen, and ultimately everybody's on fresh mediums. Some guys are on the hards. It's going to be exciting. We'll see what happens. Full Send, I believe, is leading the Grand Prix, and he's going to go on his signal, and yes, he does. There he goes. And our teammate gets a much better jump, kind of caught us napping quite a little bit. And ultimately, here we go, and down to number 1, and it looks like both the Haas's are just racing each other, and we have some contact behind us. I believe my teammate just got taken out by the Ferraris. Both Ferraris jumped this man, and now I feel bad for my teammate because he's absolutely been shafted in this race when he was running really well. And ultimately, that's what happens when people just don't know how to do it. So yeah, and coming through the last these next couple of corners, you can see it's very tight between the field. We make a little bit of contact with worst Tune-Up. Honestly, just trying to stay out of trouble, and another safety car has been deployed. Someone just straight lined into the wall, so I think that was Black Knight. He is going to possibly get a race ban, or he's going to get banned from the league. But yeah, well, there's your race. XPG is leading he's on the new mediums. Full Sender stayed out on the hard, so maybe that's why he got a much better jump than what they did. But yeah, XPG is leading, and Business, and I believe Mindmaster, who is in the championship fight with AMS Brandon. Actually, AMS Brandon, I think, just retired after I think he just retired, so he's he called it quits. So that's not going to help him in the championship, I guess you could say. But we keep going, and green flag, and we go right back to racing. It's going to be a not 5-lap, it's going to be like an 8-lap shootout. Lead the follower gets a good jump, and Business Casual and Ben Formula, both the Mercedes guys up there as well, and Scroll right behind us as well. So yeah, we got some tight racing in this field. And Business Casual tried to go around Ben, but ultimately we're going to go around the outside of Business Casual here. I think he just got compromised on the exit, and we're going to get this move done. I think he just lacked a lot of traction coming out that corner. But Business Casual falls down to P7. Congrats to him, honestly, though. No time penalties, so good, consistent lap times. But, yeah, so now I was trying to see what can happen here and just kind of see if we can just... if I can follow and just kind of stay with these guys. But XPG Flame, he's pushing to the limits, and you can see this dude is way too far up ahead of the track. To be fair, both him and both Full Send and My Master are on old medium tires, or old hard tires, so I don't know where the pace really compares to those two, but XPG is gone, and like I said, I don't know who's on wheel, I don't know who's on controller. But speaking of the battling, Fifi goes down the inside on My Master. We have a little bit of a loss of traction, almost a back end loss through that corner, but down the inside, Fifi and My Master, they're going at it quite big, and I believe there's been a little bit of contact there, and we're kind of just sitting back watching it because, well, I mean, no matter what, it's not really going to matter, I guess you could say, for positions, because we got a 6-second time penalty. So at this point, we're just trying to see where we can possibly end up in this race. But down lap 31 now, My Master and Fifi are still going at it. Full Send is absolutely parking the bus, and again, loss of traction through that corner. And lap 32 now is the same story, and if Fifi just cannot get around My Master, and actually My Master is defending for his life. Obviously it is for a podium after all, so of course he's going to defend this really well, but Fifi does not care. Fifi's not, I mean, again, I don't think any of us are really in the championship fight besides My Master. I mean, maybe XPG if he just gets his stuff together, but no one, I'm not really in the championship fight. I'm just kind of fighting for whatever, and I'm kind of just taking the season as a learning curve, but just trying to develop over time. But My Master and Fifi, they still make contact, and they're fighting quite hard, and not really a place where you want to overtake, but Fifi doesn't care, and he makes contact with My Master, so they are absolutely going for it. And Fifi maybe thought about closing the door on Ben, but Ben's got the inside line, and Ben goes down the inside on Fifi, and a little bit of contact, a little bit of touching with the tires, but Lead the Follower also behind us in P7, so it is very tight. Amazing racing up here as well. And Ben and I believe Full Send, I think My Master's trying to go around, I think he's trying to go around Full Send, but he can't really even get the move done. And Ben's just kind of waiting back there, I guess you could say. Maybe he can try to sneak in a podium, but Fifi, he's definitely losing his cool. I don't know if he is, but he's definitely not happy about what happened. But last lap of the Grand Prix now. Here comes, well, Ben, I thought he was going to go around My Master, but clearly not. He's actually got to run on Full Send now, so they're going to be fighting all the way to the end. Lead the Follower still right behind us, just can't get the move done, and I think Full Send just maybe had a little bit of contact. And now through the center S's, the Fifi makes contact with Ben, and that's not going to help him quite towards the end of the race, and now they make contact. We now move up into P5, so somehow out of all this carnage, we've able to sneak a P5 in. Ultimately, it's not really going to matter at the end of the day because we got the 3-second time penalty, but the on-track matters the most. XPG Flame is going to win the race for Haas. Haas are going to get a 1 and 3, and they are cooking. And we are going to finish P5 on track. I don't know where it's going to be post-race. Probably P8, probably P9. It's going to be P8. So we lose 3 positions. The 3 seconds was on it. The 6 seconds was just really bad. So yeah, but there it is. There's your result. We'll get a good look at the end, but CW comes across with the checker flag to round us out. Yeah, very, very, very tight racing, and a lot of questionable racing. The racing standards in this league have been really questionable this season, and something to complain on, but we're not really going to do that, clearly, because I don't see a point in it. So, yeah, just really some bad racing standards, and I hope it gets figured out. I just hope it gets figured out for the next race, because I can't be doing this if I'm just going to get taken out like this. So, yeah, really unfortunate. But, yeah, that's all she wrote for this one. So, yeah, it's P8. Not bad without having any practice. Really was getting used to the track, I guess you could say, midway. Hungaroring is not really one of my favorite tracks. I really don't like this track. It's just crap. The track is just very, very, very crappy. So I don't like it, but ultimately you just gotta deal with this. So yeah, next race is in Qatar. I'm hoping for a better result. I'm honestly hoping I could just get my stuff together and just be quick, but we're gonna probably try to start being more aggressive, maybe more conservative. But again, it's Qatar, not really one of my best tracks, so we'll call it a damage limitation, and we'll just see what happens. But thank you all for watching this video. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see y'all in the next one.